Okay, I have so many questions about Survivor.
Oh my god, have you been watching it?
I'm not caught up. I'm going to watch the 2 episodes I need to catch up on tomorrow while I clean the house.
Okay.
Because I usually just put a show on the TV when I clean.
Okay.
But I have so many questions. Um,
Yes, please, let's do this. It's
those
like
2
it's my
guys
birthday.
those 2 guys that were, like, fawning over each other,
Yes.
were they in the game together before?
No.
Okay, they just had, like they were just like, "I trust you. I trust you." I was like, "Did you guys do shrooms together? What's going on here? Why do you guys,
No,
like"
their love and hype of each other is one of the best things about the premiere.
was pretty great. I was just like, "Is this something I'm not getting, or is this just, like, you guys are that chill with each other immediately?"
Part of it is gonna be the pre-gaming that they don't tell you about, and all that stuff. But because I think they're friends, or at least familiar with each other beforehand, before the season.
Okay.
And then I can think of there's connections like Emily and Christian who play like a role-playing game together like almost every weekend. So they're gonna know each other. I don't know how close Christians and Devins were, but I love them. I love the pairing. Javelin, you can definitely ship it. They were like hugging each other, like, well, it's Survivor Galley this season. They're like, I hope he wants to play with me. Do you think he likes me though? Oh no, we're both boys.
She's not even exaggerating. That's how it sounds. I'm kind of mad though at Paramount Plus because I've had to rewatch the same parts like 5 times because it doesn't keep track of where I end the episode off. It
Oh,
keeps thinking I'm ending at the same spot. I'm like, "No, I'm not. Stop it."
that is frustrating.
Also, question.
Yes.
I haven't finished the episode yet.
Okay.
Do the Totems make it so you can't get voted out? What's that one guy's obsession with them?
The idols?
The idols. Yeah.
Those are the immunity. So if when the votes are being read, or before they're read, if you think it's you, you can play an individual hidden idol like that and be immune, and all the votes against you don't count, and someone else will go home.
Do you know who votes for you?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say that'd be so much drama. Like, your best friend votes for you and you pull out the idol, and then you have to do the rest of the game still with them there.
You can usually, if something like that happens, you can surmise who voted with you, because usually if your best friend's turning on you, when the votes are read out and there's only like 2 votes for the person that ends up going home and you're one of them, and you know the other person that voted with you because you look around and they're also surprised or whatever, then like it's pretty obvious. But there's also drama in not knowing. Like in the 3rd season, there was a player who shot a blind vote at someone, and the guy ended up.
You were gonna say shot somebody.
No. It wasn't that savage in the early days. She shot like a vote at this guy because he was just pissing her off. And she had promised the guy going home that she wasn't gonna vote for him to go home. So she drops a vote on the guy, and he goes on like a 3-day power trip, like bitching and moaning about this one rogue vote against him and how like it's ruined everything, and how like it's there's someone that's like a lying sneak and being like a malfeasance to the tribe and all this like crazy stuff.
So, is it the team that loses a person?
Yes, the team that loses at the immunity challenge loses someone that night.
And how does the game continue if like one team just keeps losing people and they have a lot less than the other team?
It's so funny you asked that. In season 10, it was 2 tribes. 2 tribes of 9. And the players picked their own tribes, and then they were so unbalanced that one tribe lost every single immunity challenge until it was just one player remaining, and she kind of just joined the other tribe, and that was that.
Wow.
Yes.
So are the teams just random, or do they try to make them balanced? Or did
Usually,
they not say how they choose?
usually it is pretty balanced. Usually production will try to balance the teams ahead of time. You do get times like in Survivor 42 where one team has Goliath, the biggest guy to ever play the game by a large mile. He did a challenge where the currents were so strong in the ocean that they had to call off the challenge and bring everyone out of the water, except for his tribe, where he single-handedly dragged them all out of the ocean on his back while carrying a ladder and won the challenge for them while everyone else was drowning.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So sometimes you have teams where it's that guy, and then on the other tribe are two of the skinniest twinks you've ever goddamn seen in your life.
Okay, question.
Yes.
So when you say Coach had a cult,
Yes.
how cult are we talking?
He weaponized Christianity to make people afraid of him.
Like the survivors?
Yeah. So like, okay.
What?
Some highlights from that season include finding a hidden immunity idol, but then so that his tribe, his people he was working with, so that they knew that he had it, he said, all right, everyone gather in prayer circle. Let's all pray that we find this hidden immunity idol today, and then God will give it to us. And then he comes out with the idol like an hour later. He's like, God is good. God gave us this idol today. And then like they were winning challenges, and Coach was like, everyone gather around, pray to God, thank you for God for this win. God has given us this victory here today. And he was going crazy because there was one guy on the tribe that was definitely like super Christian, and so he was like, oh, okay, I'll use that.
Oh, okay. When you said cult, I didn't know you meant like actually like
Yeah.
that's insane. So is he actually Christian, or did he just see opportunity?
I think both, like Christian, but like passively, but then sees this guy that's big Christian, so he's like, oh, okay.
Okay. And was there anyone that was like, hey, Coach is kind of freaking me out with all this religious talk? Did anybody say that?
Okay. Season 23 spoilers. There's a girl on his tribe, Sophie, who
Yeah.
she was like, this is insane what's happening here. I hate everyone on this tribe, and this sucks, but I'm not going to go against it. And she wins. Because Coach couldn't man up at the end, and he tried to say he played with honor and integrity the whole way through and wasn't a crazy psychopath.
Honor and integrity, but he found a idol, didn't reveal it, and waited until he declared that God would give it to him to reveal it.
Yes. Among so many other things that season.
Listen, if that ain't honor and integrity, I don't know what is.
This is a lie Coach continues to do into season 50. Yeah, so the drama from season 23 has continued into season 50 with Coach.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, because I remember he was saying like, this season I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be ruthless. I'm gonna not be nice anymore. Meanwhile, the past season he's like making people think that he's the second coming of Jesus.
Coach is honor and integrity in name only. Whole preach about how he's the most honorable player that ever played this game while doing the most like just backstabbing stuff the entire way. And it's happened in the first episode of this season where like he is like, I play an honorable game while snaking the key from Ozzy immediately.
You know, I can though appreciate that he didn't say that he wouldn't, though. I did appreciate that.
Well, because to him, that's why it was honorable, because he didn't say he wouldn't. So that's how his brain twists it. I love Coach.
That is a little honorable to me. Maybe I'm part of the cult, but I was like, you know, it is a competitive game. You are trying to win.
No,
but at least in that specific circumstance, he didn't just like say, "Nah, you got the key. You got this. You're doing great," and then yank it.
One of the best things with Survivor is being able to manipulate or game the game itself. So, like, one of my favorite things was in season Metagross in chat. That's crazy. In season 13, which was the Race Wars, one of the players they were down 8-4 in terms of tribe members after 2 people jumped out of their tribe to join the other team. So it went
You
from
can just do that?
at that time they were given the opportunity in that season. Most people never did it. It was offered a few times before, never made it to air. No one ever did it because it's a stupid move.
Because then you're just like
you're basically putting yourself on the bottom of the tribe you're swapping into. So 2 people swapped in, making it 8-4 instead of 6-6.
6-7.
6-7. The girl that swapped in, it was all people that she had been working with before the tribes swapped, so it kind of made sense. And then the other guy was just following her. Anyway, the tribes are 8-4. There's this challenge where they're sailing boats in the ocean and they have to drop cannonballs through a hole in the bottom of their boat and smash stuff in the bottom of the ocean floor. And one of the guys figured out a way to game the challenge where instead of using the sights in front of the hole, he was just looking down the hole itself and just shoved the thing down like right when like they were over it, and they won that challenge because of it. So stuff like that's crazy. So thinking instead of I'm gonna get the key to I'm gonna steal the key when it's on the ground. Love that stuff. Love that stuff. I'm having a great time.
Sorry, I was just looking at the balloons behind you. I was trying to think of another question.
I'm all answers.
Has anybody ever like got together during the show and like or still together?
So in season 8, which was the first returning player season, there was a guy and a girl that kind of coined showmance as a thing that happens on the show. The whole season, the guy's like so whipped for her, and she's like into him and also gameplaying him, but also into him. Long story short, they end up becoming the final 2 in the season, and at the live reunion, he proposes to her, and they are married with 4 kids still.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's been a couple other showmances, but they're none to that capacity of a success. Hi, party boy, welcome in.
Let me go over and close my door real quick. I hear the heater turning on because it's cold outside. I want to take off my headphones. Can I kick it? I did it. Oh my god.
Yay!
Majestic and amazing.
Lollie with the PhD in Survivor lore. When I tell you that I watched no other show than Survivor on repeat for 3 years, I'm not exaggerating. It was only Survivor and then rewatching Survivor. This is unrelated, can't say. Gucci's probably already gone at this point, but my brother mentioned how the dude that makes White Lotus is a writer on the Emoji Movie, and I had to tell him that his ass is on Survivor. Yes, this is true. Mike White, the creator of Nacho Libre and School of Rock and White Lotus and the Emoji Movie, is currently playing on Survivor.
And I'm rooting for him.
People say he should have won his game, but he threw at the final tribal council because it was him, the millionaire in Hollywood, versus the backwoods Kentucky lawyer that was the last remaining David on a season called David vs. Goliath. And he was like, I'm not winning. I'm not. Nice try, buddy. He's like, I work in TV. I see what story's being written here.
Yeah, that kind of. Do you think, okay, this is going to be crazy. Do you think they actually use the votes everyone cast, or do you think they ever, like, swap out a vote?
No, they don't, because that's game show laws and all that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Do that in the past?
Well, okay, so in the first season, there was, a lawsuit because I think like the 3rd or 4th boot posited that the producers and Jeff at Tribal asked negging questions to get a couple people to vote her out instead of the an old, are we doing tongue action?
Well, I had something on my screen and I couldn't tell if it was.
So you licked it?
I thought it was a scratch, and I tried to rub it off, and then it wasn't coming off, so I licked my finger and rubbed it off, and it was not a scratch. Sorry, I
Okay, so
didn't.
you didn't lick the screen.
Actually, the scratch was over your face, so technically I licked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she sued and won, or they settled out of court. So it tells you what they thought of what was going to happen. But yeah.
Hey, I knew there was some kind of lawsuit with Survivor at one point.
And then there was another, I don't know if it was a lawsuit, but in season 3, the, I believe, final 4 immunity challenge. It was trivia based on your past tribe mates. And there was one question that production got wrong. Because it was like, which castaway doesn't have their ears pierced? And production thought it was just one, but there was 2 people without pierced ears. And so 2 players ended up getting losing that challenge. And both subsequently went home. And so Survivor gave them each $100,000, and I don't know if this is speculation or confirmed, but they were promised a spot on a attorney season.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's how it worked out. They both got the second place prize money, and then a chance to come back, because if you, depending on how you look at it, either of them maybe could have won if if they had won that game and then made it to the final 3, and they could have possibly won into the final 2. There's no telling what could have happened.
Who was the worst winner in Survivor?
In what capacity?
Like, man, I wish they hadn't won.
While watching this season or in retrospect?
Either or, whichever one felt strongest. Like, either in the moment you felt very strongly that way, or afterwards you felt very strongly that way.
And is it like a negative thing, or it's like you think of it later and you're like, this player actually really should have won that tribal council?
Negative thing, like, man, I just don't like this guy.
Okay, so I would have a couple answers for you here. And I want to actually, before I get into that, I want to posit something to you. It was a thing that just this stream I was saying I was wanting to do, but I didn't think I'd have a co-host. How did you feel about doing a Survivor podcast for this season?
Oh, I'd be down.
And so Thursdays we would just stream, talk about the episode the night before, and I would talk about it as the expert and you would talk about it as the not expert. That's
a noob.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say the word, but if you're gonna self-identify,
say it with your whole chest.
that'll be fun. So we can talk about it a little more off stream. But if you're into it, then we can plan for that on Thursday.
I'm so down.
Let's go. Okay, so you asked winners that are you wish someone else had won.
Not even wish somebody else had won, just didn't like that they won.
Okay.
Like, centered around them specifically. Not even liking somebody more, but them specifically, you didn't want to win.
I would have really liked to live in the reality where Coach is a Survivor winner. Saying that without discrediting Sophie's win.
How do you lose?
He wouldn't own his game. He got to the final tribal, was told by the jury, own your game, don't try to pull the honor and integrity shit, and then he tried to pull the honor and integrity shit.
Like, how so?
They're like, how did you play this game? And he was like, I played this game the most honorable way that anyone's ever played this game. And they're like, Coach, you just did not. Like, you have all these burned people on the jury that are telling you that's not how you played. Own up to it. Say that's not how you played, and and they'll vote for you. And he just couldn't get out of his own way and say that he wasn't acting honorably and he wasn't acting in a good way.
Oh, how did they? Okay, question.
Yes.
Did the people vote for him to get out, or is there like a different way of voting when there's only like 2 people left?
So the up until season 35, you would get down to the final 2 or 3, and that would just be it. And everyone voted out after the players merged together into one tribe, is who votes for the winner. So that's who's voting at the end.
Oh, okay. So they would have probably voted for him if they did it, if he would have just said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done that."
Not even that, if he just was honest about that was what he was doing, and that he was like manipulating them, and that he was like playing them all, and he just was like, no, I was being honest the whole way through.
Oh my god. And stuff. And when they get out, are they able to see like here's clips of him screwing you over?
I mean, they kind of knew it once they were voted out by him, and like they could see it all, like, but the seeing it play out on TV is what the reunions they would probably talk about that. I have to hit 10
Okay.
squats real quick.
So can they not see like any videotapes from it until after it's done?
No, they don't actually see footage until everyone sees footage, as far as I
Okay.
know.
So they're all in the boat together.
Hmm?
They're all like in the same boat of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah. Sorry, you mentioned boat, and I was like, no, there wasn't a boat that season.
There's a boat some seasons?
Like, they get marooned. They jump off a boat in the ocean and stuff.
Has anyone almost died?
I will get to that in a second. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
6, 7.
8, 6, 7, 9,
6, 7.
10. Okay, so season 32 of Survivor Go Wrong, they were in Cambodia in the summertime. This is the closest call by all counts. This was the closest call. There was a challenge on a like 120-degree humid day that involved digging out, I think it was 3 bags of ski balls, basically ski balls. You had to dig them out of the sand and then roll them into the holes and get like 6 in the holes. And after the challenge, not even after the challenge completed, while the challenge was still ongoing, one woman starts coming down with heat exhaustion, like fully like falling down, and needs the medical called in. And then the second of the 2 tribes, he finally sinks the last ball. They win. And now, mind you, this is a challenge for like salt and pepper.
What? Wait, like salt and pepper, the table condiment?
Yeah. Like they were playing for like a few
Nothing.
spices. Yeah, like it was not a hefty like meal or anything. Sorry, there's just commotion going on.
Oh, no, okay.
And so he drops too from the heat exhaustion. You're watching his like chest heaving like up and down trying to get any air in. Jeff, while he's caring for the woman that's going through the heat exhaustion, who's now coming back to life, she's getting cold water on her and the shade from umbrellas, she's coming back. This guy, the guy that was rolling the balls, he then gets all the attention on him. Umbrellas, the cold water, they're getting like a pulse monitor because he's not getting responsive. And then while that's happening, another woman starts going out with heat exhaustion. So this is now 3 players in one challenge on the brink, basically. The other woman comes out of it. But the guy, he's like so far gone that like they it's not even like discussed. He's just out of there. And they have said that's the closest that anyone's ever really come to dying. And Jeff thought that like he actually was gonna die for like a minute there. Hi, Nelda!
Wow.
Welcome back. On that note.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Survivor, well, and someone did actually die on the French version of Survivor.
How do I get on the French version? I mean, what?
Think of the guy who specifically saw that was known to be in Big Brother. Yeah, he was a Big Brother player, which Jeff hates when they play Survivor anyway, so this was just like another thing on top of that. I was like, what?
So we're gonna both sign up for Survivor, right?
Oh, I have thought about it.
We should.
I don't think they'd let me on with my history with like eating disorders and stuff.
They ask for your medical history?
Yeah, they gotta make sure you're good and stuff. Yeah, medical, that was probably the closest anyone's ever gotten. There's been a couple other crazy things. Someone fell into a fire once, but he kind of deserved it.
What? How do you deserve that?
Let's say he went to jail for things later.
Okay, never mind. He kind of deserved it.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you find out the other stuff later, you're like, oh, that's kind of fun to watch, actually.
Oh, that's just preemptive karma.
Yeah. So that was one of the other bad ones. Another guy became unresponsive once, and that was previously described as the scariest thing up until the one guy almost dying. So yeah.
For salt and pepper.
For basically for salt and pepper, if you break it down like that. I think, there may have been like oil and chili flakes and other stuff to spice up your rice, but it was not for anything really
Nothing you should die for.
No. And then he came back a season or 2 later and went out like 3rd or 4th vote, so he really wasn't cut out for Survivor.
I don't think I am either.
I probably am not either. I think, okay, this is my twisted thinking. I think because I have a history with eating disorders, I think I'd be okay without food for a while in a way that a lot of them aren't. Like, they seem to like have a meltdown on day 2. I would be okay.
That always shocks me.
Huh?
That's what always shocks me.
Yeah.
Is like everyone has a meltdown. Like y'all never forget to eat for a day. Y'all
like,
never do that.
They'll be like, I have never been this hungry in my entire life, and everything sucks. And so it's just like, I think I'd be okay for at least a week before I was like, ugh. The hard part would be running the challenges without food.
I give myself at least 2 days. I wouldn't be complaining the second day.
No.
It would have to be at least a third.
It wouldn't be, you wouldn't catch me complaining in any of the days that would be in the first episode cycle. No shot. I think the snake bite is one of the scarier ones, especially if you saw the snake, you know how poisonous it was. Yeah. Yes, and they kind of are, my understanding, rarely actually that whole bite is a kind of a messy one.
So,
if you tie a rope from each portal of a portal gun, is it tied in a straight line or a loop? It's tied in a palomino. Yes, Leia?
I was just curious, what kind of snake was it?
Secret.
Oh, I don't know that kind.
Nah,
Is that
it's
the
just
snake?
It's one of the most venomous ones in Fiji. This was like just the most recent season or 2. But like, they really don't bite people, and like you really have to be antagonizing them, so people think the show isn't showing something of how this guy got bit. Like they think he was just like throwing it around like a meathead. But then since he was bit, but it didn't send venom, so, like, it was a whole thing, and we got to see, like, all this stuff, but it seemed really scary and intense because they lost communication with the boat on the way to the medical, area, so, on the show, you just see a bunch of medical people like, "Is he responsive? Is he alive? Is he breathing?" But it's just because they didn't have contact, so they were fearing the worst.
Okay. That sounds scary, but also very dramatic.
He was pulled from the game over it because of the stress like your body goes, because you don't know if it was a dry bite or not, which it ended up being. So you don't know if it's that, so your body's going through this stress. You haven't eaten in 6 days, you don't have a good source of water. So they pulled him so that like there wasn't, and so because you got the observation in case it was like a delayed acting or whatever.
So, he done it like competed again, or was he just done?
Who, the snake bite guy?
Yeah.
That was like the most recent season.
Oh, okay, so he hasn't had time to come back.
He hasn't had time to, and I kind of doubt he does because I think there was rumors that he was really talkative on the preseason island where you're not supposed to talk with other players. He was really talkative with other people.
Oh, you're not supposed to talk with other people there?
No, because that's pre-gaming basically.
Why did they put them all on an island
Well,
together
because
beforehand?
you fly them out there, you do pre-prep or preseason photos and preseason press and stuff for like a couple days. So you just put them in one spot and then
But why, like, leave them alone
there's
with
people
each
like
other?
minding them, but like you can
Oh,
only do so
okay.
much. Like at like 2 o'clock in the morning, there's not going to be like production people like watching you, the babysit.
I just imagine this guy going into somebody's room at 2 a.m. and shaking them awake and being like, "Hey, can I talk about my hobbies?"
I think like from what I heard, it was stuff like one contestant was talking about how she got up in the middle of the night to go to like the bathroom, and like he was like running like back and forth on the beach, like, and there's another girl out there like who also was doing something, and she was like, "Oh, those two were definitely just talking and plotting."
Ow, preseason drama.
Yeah,
Okay, I see why they wouldn't want to bring him back.
yeah, and if he
I
went
th-
out like third or fourth in
See, when you
in
said
order,
that,
not like third or fourth place, so he was really early boot. So there's nothing to bring him back for.
at first, I thought you meant like they put them all in like a room and they're like, "Okay, don't talk to each other. We're gonna leave the
No,
room. Don't talk to each other."
more like on an island together. Um, but yeah, because 49 was pretty. They had 2 people get like kicked off fully because they were talking too much on the island, which they've never done before. Um, so that was pretty. So that's how the season started, and then there's more people talking that like other players posited that they would have gotten kicked off too if there was enough alternates to kick them all off. And so when
So
one
do
of
they
them
have
got bit by
people
a
that
snake, it was kind of just like, all right, oh no, this guy's out. Bye.
So do they ever have people they put on there and then they're like, "Actually, we're gonna swap you out before it starts because you suck"?
They don't ever do that, but every so often someone pulls out last minute and they do throw in an alternate.
Oh, okay. What is has there been anybody on the show that you're like, "Oh my god, you're so stupid"?
A lot of the times. Like, I would need qualifiers of stupidity to properly describe a player. Because there's stupid game moves, there's stupid how are you alive, there's stupid, like, there's just a whole wealth of stupidity. High time word! Fun fact about sea snake poison, you can use tannins in tea to stop snake poison from spreading. Wash out the bite and your mouth with tannins filled tea and suck the poison. I think they tell you not to suck the poison out most days, most of the
I
time.
think they do because if you have a cut in your mouth or something, then it
Yeah.
can get into blood.
Which is why they're saying use the tannins, but that's just so that's very risky.
Honestly, just let me die.
Yeah.
Honestly, sounds like too much trouble.
Oh no, I got a poisonous snake bite on my nipple. So, I need the poison sucked out.
You, right there. You specifically. You look like you can do it.
All right, I should probably start to wrap up because I have to wake up early tomorrow.
That's fair. So do I. I'll let you go, beautiful.
Yeah.
Can I have a kiss?
With tongue action.
Yeah.
You're not streaming just yet, right?
No, I'm gonna like chill for 30 minutes before I do.
Okay, then I'm not gonna raid you. Just raid and have people sit
But
and
you're gonna
wait.
get that kiss, right?
Wait, you go back in front.
Mwah. Yeah, I'm a cat. I'm good at licking things.
Thanks for hanging out, birthday girl. Everyone, final birthday wishes for Laya.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday.
I had to. It's been too long. It's been too long since we've hung out.
It has been. Well, now that we're gonna do the survivor thing,
Yeah.
now we have like a day to drag each other into chat together.
Yeah, the weekly hangouts.
Oh yeah,
You have to catch up though.
I do.
This
I'll get
week's
caught
gonna
up
be a
tomorrow.
big episode.
I'll get caught up tomorrow, then we can talk about it.
Yeah.